Okay, so let's make a start. We've got this best ice cream makers and everything is going to be all about ice cream, very simple. And then there are the questions, and the question type is which paragraph contains the following information. Let's quickly go through paragraph A. Please come to paragraph A. If you are an ice cream fanatic, underline that. It doesn't get better than this. Means this machine is perfect if you are crazy to eat ice cream like Yasin. It's quick, taking as little as 20 minutes. So quick and 20 minutes. And consistent in its results, means every time it will give you same type of ice cream. While the 3 automated programs are very easy to use, 3 programs, maybe it's program number 1, 2 and 3 and easy to use. And it has an unusually generous 2-liter capacity. Unusually generous, what does it mean? It means other machines may give you half-liter capacity or 1-liter capacity, but this machine gives you 2-liter capacity, and they mention unusually generous. It means you can make 2-liter ice cream. On the other hand, we found it noisier. So noisier is one factor, then many other and the ice cream is softer than we might have liked. Softer than we like. Like, you know, at times you have ice cream, it's very soft, extra soft, you don't like that much, okay? So now we keep all these things in mind, and if you imagine or visualize ice cream, things are going to be easier for you. Now, let's go. Question number 1, users of this machine will need to put some physical effort. Underline physical effort. Not here, but in one paragraph, they will tell us about physical effort. Like you will have to do it by hand, right? By hand is physical effort. Question number 2, users of this machine can decide how soft they want their ice cream to be. They said here very clearly that softer than we might have liked, but they did not mention that you can have the option of making your ice cream as soft as you want. So it's not question number 2. Question number 3, this ice cream maker can be fixed onto an existing kitchen appliance. Underline existing kitchen appliance. That can be microwave, that can be oven, that can be dishwasher, refrigerator, right, or anything like that. Question number 4, it is possible to make a larger amount of ice cream. Now for larger amount, they use the word unusually generous 2-liter capacity. So question number 4, answer is A. And now we will cross number 4 to manage our time. Question number 5, this machine has features that make it worth the high price. Underline features and high price. Question, and we will read all the questions. By the way, one paragraph may contain 1 question, 2 questions, 3 questions, or no question also. Okay, yeah. Question number 6, people might find it difficult to take this machine apart. Apart means to open the machine, to unassemble the machine. So people might find it difficult because, you know, once you make ice cream, you have to wash the machine also. Then you open the machine, like juicer. You open the juicer and wash it. So people might find it difficult to take this machine apart. Question number 7, this machine makes an enjoyable sound. Enjoyable sound. But over there they said noise. Now noise is not enjoyable sound. You cannot argue I enjoy the noise. No, it's not that, okay? Now question, paragraph B, please come to that. Now we have questions in mind and we will read paragraph B considering the questions. So if you want to make some basic soft ice cream, this is a fun little gadget. Now fun, they did not mention with sound. Little gadget that gets decent results. You add a little ice and salt to the base, then your ingredients to the stainless steel tub. Pop the lid on and give it a good shake. Give it a good shake. What does it mean? Yeah, give it a good shake for at least 3 minutes. So when you give it a good shake for 3 minutes, you need physical effort for that. Got it? Give it a good shake and physical effort. So question number 1, answer is B. And we will cross number 1 as well. Now you need to make up your mind. This is how you improve your reading skill. If you say give it a good shake, and this is something physical effort. Because you give it a good shake physically, so it's going to be physical effort. Question number 1, answer is B. And you must cross number 1 because then you will be left with fewer options. Okay, provided you measure everything exactly. Paragraph B, I'm reading last sentence. And shake back and forth consistently. It is surprisingly efficient. Yasin, please come and guide. Now we've got paragraph C. Sage Smart Scoop. This is a seriously smart machine. Our favorite feature is the built-in sensor that works out whether the consistency of your ice cream or frozen yogurt is right. They have built-in sensor and that sees the consistency of your ice cream for you from the 12 hardness settings. Okay. All right, listen. I mean, it's not about features. They said from the 12 hardness settings. Now, hardness means how hard your ice cream is. There are 12 settings. Out of those 12 settings, you can decide how hard your ice cream is going to be. Okay. So, for this, which question? Question number 5 is this machine has features that make it worth the high price. They did not mention the price. They are talking about hardness of ice cream. It is question number 2. Users of this machine can decide how soft they want their ice cream to be. How soft you want your ice cream to be, and for that they use the word 12 hardness settings. 12 hardness settings means, I mean, ice cream is going to be hard. It's not like milk, so it's going to be hard. So little hard, more hard, harder, hardest, and all that stuff. So when they use the word hard, it is related to softness here. So question number 2, users of this machine can decide how soft they want their ice cream. For that they use the word 12 options, 12 hardness settings. So when you can decide on hardness setting, it means you can decide how soft your ice cream is going to be. Hardness or softness, they are the synonyms here, unfortunately. Okay. So correct answer for question number 2 is paragraph C. So please cross number 2 as well. Let's read on. So it can stop mixing when it is ready, alerting you with a fun tune. Alerting you means ice cream is ready with a fun tune. Now what is fun tune? This machine makes an enjoyable sound. Well done. Now enjoyable is fun and sound is tune. Question number 7, right answer is C. And cross number 7 also. You will not read it again. Fewer the questions, lesser the mistakes. Okay. Now we've got paragraph, same paragraph we read on, one line is left. As you'd expect from the considerable price tag, there is a built-in freezer and it feels beautifully engineered. So you'd expect from the considerable price tag. What does it mean? Considerable price tag means it is expensive. There is a built-in freezer. So there is a freezer and it feels beautifully engineered. So let's see if there is any option. Question number 5, this machine has features that make it worth a high price. And what are the features? Built-in freezer. That is the feature. And high price, for high price they use the word considerable price tag. Considerable price tag means high price. So question number 5, right answer is C. How many questions are left? 3 and 6. And how many paragraphs? Okay. All right, let's go on. Okay. Paragraph D, please. Come to paragraph D. Lakeland Digital Ice Cream Maker. You simply pop on, let's just read the questions once again so that they are clear in our mind. Question number 3 is fixed on an existing kitchen appliance. And question number 6 is difficult to take this machine apart. All right, paragraph D. You simply pop on the lid and pour in the ingredients, then set the timer using the nice clear digital display. Some customers reportedly struggle to disassemble it in order to wash the ball and paddle. So question number 6, people might find it difficult. Some customers, And for take this machine apart, they use the word disassembled. So question number 6, right answer is D. Okay. Now we are left with existing kitchen appliance. Alright, but we didn't have that problem. We are also giving it extra points for the recipe book, which has some. Alright, please come to paragraph E. Judge ice cream maker. We had a few criticisms, perhaps not surprisingly, when you consider this is one of the cheapest model in our selection. Notably the fact that pedal isn't as robust as the ones in other models. We'd have liked more recipes. No, there is no mention, huh? Let's go to paragraph F. KitchenAid artisan ice cream maker. If you own a KitchenAid food mixer, this attachment, now what is the appliance? KitchenAid food mixer. So it is going to be an attachment with food mixer. Home appliance is food mixer. One of 15 that fits this machine is a good way to start ice cream making. Which question will go there? Question number 3. This ice cream maker can be fixed onto an existing kitchen appliance. And what is that kitchen appliance? Food mixer. Okay. And they use the word, if you own a KitchenAid food mixer, this attachment. Attachment means it can be attached with that. So question number 3, answer is F. And we have answered all the questions. And you noticed one thing, paragraph E is empty. Right? There is no option with paragraph E. Let's go on. Next, we have photography weekend course on the coast of Cornwall. Now, photography weekend. Imagine weekend course, you are going to learn about photography like DSLR camera, and your imagination will help you a lot. If you imagine a camera, weekend course, you go somewhere, they teach you how to take photos and all that. After reading this, we immediately come to questions, and the questions are true, false, not given. In true, false, not given questions, when you read the question statement, there will be a word or there will be a group of words which will help you decide whether the answer is true or false or not given. So you need to identify that first. Let's read it. Question number 8. Course is aimed at people who are already skilled photographers. Underline already skilled photographers. Now, if this course is for skilled photographers or photographers, answer is true. If skilled and unskilled can join the course, answer is false. And if they don't tell us the level, skilled photographers means it's the level. If they don't tell us the level, answer is not given. So this is how we need to identify in every question what to look for. And by the way, the good news is questions and answers are in order. So you can find one answer, then you just have to read on. Okay, first paragraph, first line. Our 3-night photography weekend is designed to appeal to all levels. Right, well done. In the question, they said skilled photographers. And in the passage, they said all levels. Now, all levels is the opposite of skilled photographers. Hence, the answer is false. And for false, try to write full word false. Question number 9. 3 meals a day are included in the course fee. Very simple. If meals are 3, answer is true. If meals are 4 or 2, answer is false. And number of meals not mentioned, answer is not given. Well done. Second paragraph. Price includes personal daily tuition, discussions, welcome reception, and dinner. Bed and breakfast for 3 nights. Dinner, bed and breakfast. How many meals? No, 2. They are not talking about lunch. Huh? You don't say karon roti le jange. No. Okay, they are just talking about dinner and breakfast for 3 nights in a twin or double room. So what should be the answer? False. Well done. And you might be thinking 2 false answers. Why? Don't try to go for that, okay? 1 true, 1 false, another true, another not given, not like this, okay? So, answer is false. Why false? Here they mentioned 3 meals and there they said breakfast and dinner. So, breakfast and dinner, they are 2 meals. Question number 10. The only way to reach the hotel is by car. Now you understand. Only way by car. True. If you can go by car, by bus, by train, by ferry, then false. And if they don't mention, then not given. So please come to third paragraph. Price does not include insurance and photographic equipment plus transport to photographic venues. Participants are required to arrange this. Car share during the weekend is a popular option. What does it mean? There may be some other options, but they said car share during the weekend is a popular option. Now, what's the question? The question is the only way to reach the hotel is by car. Now, only way by car is not mentioned. They said car is a popular option, but they did not say anything that there is only one option and that is car. Right? Now, see, there is no information on the word only. Because of this, the word only, there is no information on that. Answer is not given. Technical question. They mentioned only way to reach the hotel is by car. There is no information on that. They said car is one option. Now, they did not say whether car is the only option or there is any other option. There is no information on that. That is why it is not given. Question number 11. Topics covered on course depend mainly on wishes of the participants. Now, if they cover the topic according to the wish of the participant, answer is true. If they have their own topics which everyone has to follow, then it is false, otherwise not given. Let's see. Course information, first bullet point. Everyone follow please. Course information, first bullet point. Our courses are relaxed but comprehensive and the content is largely dictated by those attending. Content is dictated by those attending. Like you will tell them, I want to learn this, I want to learn that. So what's the question? The question is topics covered on the course depend mainly. For depend mainly, what is the word? Largely dictated by those attending, and for by those attending only the wishes of the participants. Right? Answer is true. And for true false, do not write yes no, and for yes no, do not write true false. Okay? Question number 12, participants are expected to get up early on their first morning to take photographs. Now let's go back. Second bullet point. Arrival by mid-afternoon on the first day will allow you to check into the hotel and enjoy some Cornish refreshments before heading out into the fresh air for our first shoot together at sunset. Dinner and a good night's sleep and you will be ready to start at sunrise. Start at sunrise the next day. Now when you start at sunrise, participants are expected to get up early. Get up early and sunrise. What does it mean? Answer is true, absolutely. Sunrise and get up early. If you get up early, then you will see the sunrise. So answer is true. Well done. Huh? Yeah, to take photographs, exactly. First morning, participants are expected to get up early. For getting up early, they use the word, for early actually, they use the word sunrise, early and sunrise. Question number 13, tutor will show participants examples of her work after dinner. Now let's see, after dinner, tutor will show participants examples of her work. Same paragraph. Dinner and a good night's sleep and you'll be ready to start at sunrise the next day. Right? Have they mentioned anything there the tutor will show you? And by the way, have you noticed one thing? Information on question number... Yeah, we are doing question number 13. The tutor will show participants examples of a work after dinner. We have dinner and good night's sleep and you will be ready to start at sunrise and all that. So is there any information on that? No information. Hence the answer is not given. Share your thoughts. In the evening you will have a chance. Yeah, let's read the second last line. Third last line. In the evening, you will have a chance to unwind at the hotel, share your thoughts on the day and spend time looking at images and sharing editing techniques. That's it. There is no information on tutor, sharing and all that. Okay, question number 14. Participants should be prepared for bad weather. Right? It's the second last bullet point. The following equipment is essential: digital SLR or bridge camera with its instruction manual, batteries and charger, memory cards, comfortable walking footwear with good grip, warm outdoor clothing and waterproofs. Now, warm outdoor clothing and waterproofs. What does it mean? Participants should be prepared for bad weather, and for bad weather they use the word waterproofs. Bad weather means there may be rain and all that. So question number 14, correct answer is true. I'm recording this class. I will share this class recording with you. You have to repeat it all. And I told you before, you must be clear about all 40 questions, what the questions are and what the answers are. Now we move on to section 2, and the title is Respiratory Protective Equipment Advice for Factory Employees. Respiratory is related to your breathing, right? Protective equipment, like there can be a mask, there can be a helmet or anything like that. Respiratory protective equipment advice for factory employees. Okay, I just had a thought that my table may fall and their table fell. See, law of attraction. So with my magical powers, I did that. Yeah, I just had a thought a second ago that this table might fall, and that table fell there. Yeah. One day somebody made our camera out of order. किसी ने ऐसा सोचा ना तो कैमरा ही खराब हो जाए. It happened. Okay, that's all right. It's natural. Yeah. Table fell on Yasin. So now let's go to questions, please. Questions 15 to 21. Complete the sentences below. Choose one word from the text for each answer. This is very common question type in academic IELTS as well as general training IELTS. The good thing is questions and answers are in order. Once you find one answer, read on, and sometimes you find all the answers in one paragraph. Okay, so let's read the question. Some respirators. Now, even if you don't know the meaning of respirator, you can imagine respirator. With the help of that, you take your breaths and all that. Some respirators are unsuitable for use in areas with limited levels of, underline limited levels of. Now they will use synonym of limited levels of, and then there will be the answer. Please come to first paragraph. You need to wear respiratory protective equipment when you are doing work where you could breathe. Please come to third line. Common health effects from breathing hazardous substances include sore eyes and headaches. Make sure you are using the right RPE. RPE means respiratory protective equipment for the task. For example, negative pressure respirators. Now that is our clue word. Negative pressure respirators should not be used in low oxygen environments. Low oxygen means limited level of. For low, they use the word limited level of, and the answer is oxygen. Well done. Limited levels of and low, and then oxygen environments. For environments, level of and all that. So answer is oxygen. Question number 16. Facial fit tests should be conducted on a dash basis. Very simple. Daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis and all that. Second paragraph. Some types of RPE must have a tight seal around the facial area to be effective. Now facial is our clue word. Your employer will arrange a yearly facial fit test. Yearly. What does it mean? Facial fit test should be conducted on a yearly basis. Well done. Answer is yearly. Question number 17. For workers who have a dash, an alternative to tight fitting RPE may be required. Workers who have a dash. Same paragraph. Please come to fourth last line after full stop. Facial hair growth. Found it? Facial hair growth makes it most impossible to get a good seal. So if you have a beard, you should talk to your employer about other forms of RPE. What is the question? Facial for workers who have a beard, an alternative to tight fitting RPE may be required. So answer is beard. Question number 18. Workers should avoid cleaning their RPE with dash. Now it's going to be material, with water, with something. So please come back. Cleaning. It's the third last paragraph. Cleaning. Cleaning your RPE. Wash and dry your RPE after using it. Use a mild detergent, as harsh products such as solvents can cause damage. When something causes damage, workers should not use that. So what is the answer? Solvents. Well done. Workers should avoid cleaning their RPE with solvents. Well done. Question number 19. RPE can either be hung up or placed on a timber dash. Timber means made of wood. Timber dash in order to dry it. So let's see. Timber something. Same paragraph. Dry your RPE. Found it? Last line. Dry your RPE on a solid wooden rack. For wooden they use the word timber. Timber and wooden, they are synonyms. So correct answer is rack. Question number 20. It is important to ensure that the RPE dash are not, R means answer will be plural. RPE dash are not ripped and can still stretch. So let's see. Second last paragraph. Maintaining your RPE. Inspect your RPE after each use and during cleaning. Make sure you check the straps for breaks, tears, fraying edges and deterioration of elasticity. So make sure you check the straps. Now what's the question? It is important to ensure that the RPE straps are not ripped and can still stretch. What is the word for stretch? Elasticity is for stretch. And what is the word for ripped? Break. Break is for ripped. Okay, so correct answer is straps. Question number 21. RPE should not be exposed to direct dash when it is being stored. Direct dash. Yeah. Please come to last paragraph. Improper storage can cause distortion of your RPE. Store your RPE in a clean, dry place away from dust, oil and sunlight. Away from oil, dust and sunlight. And what do they say here? RPE should not be exposed to direct sunlight when it is being stored. All right. Now let's go on. Now we've got the next passage. Working with cows in a dairy. Guidelines for employer. Right? If you go to Australia, you will work with cows, huh? Yeah. So working with cows in a dairy, guidelines for employers. Employer means the bosses, the people who run the company. They are called employers. Okay. Let's see what the questions are. 22 to 27. Complete the table below. We have table completion type of questions with one word only. And remember, whenever there is a table to complete, questions and answers are in order. And you need to find some clue words there. Okay. So we've got two portions in the table. One is hazards and second is managing the hazard. Hazards and how to manage the hazard. And you see there is no question in the hazard column. All the questions are in the column where how to manage the hazard. So question number 22, I'm reading it from the beginning. Remove solid spills such as grain immediately. Solid spill. Spill means when you spill something on the floor. Remove solid spills such as grain immediately. Ensure all items of dash have good grip. Now all items of dash have good grip. Please come back to first paragraph, slips and trips. Slips and trips, and we will just look for the word grain. Yeah, grain is in first bullet point. Number 1, first bullet point. So we will read it here. Number 1, first bullet point, surfaces which are wet or dirty. Have a system for cleaning up milk, oil, cleaning fluid and grain spills as soon as they happen, and make sure it is followed. Now next one, install non-slip mats in wet work areas and make sure that footwear is slip resistant. Slip resistant means good grip. So what should be the answer? Footwear. Well done. For good grip, the word is slip resistant. Slip resistant and good grip, they are synonyms. Correct answer is footwear. Footwear can be anything like shoes, sandals and all that. Now we read on. Ensure they are fitted to walls. Then they talk about highlight obstruction with brightly colored tape. Underline the word tape. Now answer will come after tape. Question number 23. Overhead obstacles. Ensure they are covered. What do they mean by they? Overhead obstacles. Overhead obstacles like the things which may bump into your head. Overhead obstacles. Ensure that they are covered with dash. Now please come back. All right. So can you see obstacles? Number 2 is obstacles, and second bullet point of number 2. Move obstacles from walkways and entrances where possible. Tripping hazards which cannot be removed should be clearly indicated with yellow tape. Tape is here. Answer is not tape. Wait. Okay. This tape, yellow tape is with the previous question. Go back. For that they use brightly colored. And what is brightly colored? Yellow. Exactly. So this answer is for that. Okay. Now let's read on. Okay, with yellow tape, if there are obstacles overhead, now be attentive. Overhead obstacles. If there are obstacles overhead, these should be wrapped in padding. Exactly. To avoid risk of injury. So correct answer is padding. Okay, don't rush to find the answer. This is IELTS reading, right? Yeah. For brightly colored, yellow. Look at their mentality, huh? Question number 24, unsuitable steps. Provide good lighting and install something. Now listen, think about steps, सीढ़ियाँ, okay? So provide good lighting and install something. Number 3, steps which are too high or not too enough. First bullet point, build steps properly and use non-slip surfaces. Second, handrails should also be fitted. For fitted, they use the word installed. So what is the answer? Handrails. And you know what handrail is? When you are climbing the stairs, there is a grill you are holding, that is called handrail. And make sure your spelling is correct. Handrail is one word, write as one word. Okay. Question number 25 is about lifting and carrying, transport containers and calves. Okay, spread the weight evenly between both hands, right? And try to avoid moving containers by hand and use equipment such as dash. When you have to move container, don't move by hand. Use equipment such as dash instead. Okay, for this please come to next page. Managing the hazards. Balance the load by using 2 buckets. Got it? This is the previous point. Balance the load by using 2 buckets, 1 in each hand. Where possible, use trolleys and other mechanical aids to replace manual tasks. What is the answer? Trolleys, exactly. Read the question. Use equipment such as. Now trolley is an equipment. Mechanical aid is not equipment. And other mechanical equipment to replace manual tasks. Trolleys and by the way, it's one word only. So if you write mechanical wrong, if you write aids wrong, if you write mechanical aids, again it is wrong. You know what you are doing, you're reaching the right point but you're selecting the wrong answer. This is very common among the students. They reach the right place but they select the wrong answer. Okay. Anyways, answer is trolleys. Milking by hand, repetitive handling of milking equipment. Keep everything accessible so that employees don't need to bend or dash. Bend for something or dash. Bend or dash. Last paragraph. Look for the word bend. Okay, it's the second last bullet point, second page, managing the hazards. Think about designing or changing the milking area so workers can change the height they are working at to suit them. Ensure that all equipment needed is close by to avoid workers having to overreach or adopt a bending position. Now bending is already mentioned. What is second one? Oh, do you know what overreach is? Like you try to get something and you overreach, right? So correct answer is overreach, and bending is given after that. Need to bend or overreach. Question number 27. Introduce a system of dash to increase variety. Last bullet point. System of. Alternate between jobs to reduce repetitious manual handling tasks, including a rotation between putting on and removing milking equipment. So, introduce a system of rotation, right? Rotation to increase variety. Answer is rotation. Alright guys, now the passage that we have is a long passage, and this is reading section 3, and reading section 3 is same for academic and for gender training IELTS candidates. Now there is no difference. We have a long passage, and the good thing is we have a list of headings. That's very good. I can teach you how to deal with list of headings. And another good thing is that there are more one word only sentence completion questions. So whenever you start your reading test, whenever you start with any section, the first priority should be sentence completion. Then the second one can be true, false, not given, yes, no, not given, and then as per your understanding, you can take up other questions. Okay. So anyways, let's make a start. Title is Night Photography in Autumn. Now we understand the whole passage is about night photography in autumn. Autumn is one of the seasons, right? So night photography in autumn, and passage is labeled A, B, C, D. Whenever they label the passage, there may be type B questions. What is type B question? Where questions and answers are not in order. Okay, so we call them type B questions. Night photography in autumn. Okay, now we've got questions 35 to 40, one word only, and list of headings. So where should we start from? One word only, because they are 6 questions. So at least you will get 6 questions in your pocket, and then you can play with list of headings. Okay. Question number 35. November is a time when something grows. Now we go back and see November. November is your clue word. Look for November. First paragraph. Well done. November in the northern hemisphere. Now what do we need to find? When something grows. Okay, I'm reading it from second line. The days shorten appreciably as winter approaches, and the last autumn leaves are blown free by high winds and frequent rain. Nature seems dormant as many birds have long since flown to warmer climates. Fungi break through the earth. Fungi break through the earth. Breakthrough means grow. When we use the word break through the earth, means it breaks the earth and comes out of earth. So that means grow. For grow, they use the word breakthrough. Breakthrough and grow, they are synonyms. Answer is fungi. Who said bhangi? It's not bhangi, it's fungi. Yeah. Okay. Question number 36. The apparent size of the moon depends on its position. What do they mean by its? Moon. Exactly. The apparent size of the moon depends on its position in relation to the dash. In relation to is clue word. In proportion to and all that. Now, let's see. Look for the word moon. Paragraph B. I'm reading paragraph B from second line after full stop. The timing of an evening moonrise is important to know because not only does it vary according to the time of year, but the moon always appears largest at this point when it is closest to the horizon. When it is closest to the horizon. So the apparent size of the moon depends on its position in relation to horizon. When it is closest to the horizon, come back again. Okay, they say here timing of an evening moonrise is important to know because not only does it vary according to the time of year, but the moon always appears largest at this point when it is closest to the horizon. So it means when the moon is closest to horizon, it is large. When it is far from horizon, it is small, right? So the size of the moon depends on horizon. In relation to horizon is the right answer. Question number 37. Sunlight is reflected by the dash of the moon. Something related to moon. Sunlight is reflected by the dash of the moon. Same paragraph. To capture the moon, I'm reading paragraph B from middle. To capture the moon at its brilliant best, you need a bit of luck too. A time when its brightest phase, a full moon, coincides with the ideal weather forecast of a cloudless night sky. The moon is not a direct light source such as the sun or the stars. Instead, it is reflecting the light of the sun hitting its surface. It means surface of the moon. So what is the answer? Surface. Sunlight is reflected by the surface of the moon. And by the way, if you know a little bit about astrology, you can answer this question without reading the passage. Sunlight is reflected by the surface of the moon. Question number 38. When the night sky is clear, many objects in the dash, for example, buildings are visible. Many objects in the something. So, same paragraph after surface. On such a night, a full moon will reflect only about 10% of the sunlight, but that is still enough to illuminate building, trees, bridges and other landscape features. So what is the answer? Many objects in the landscape. Now you cannot write landscape features because it is one word only. So correct answer is landscape. Question number 39. With modern cameras, it is possible to photograph not only constellations but also dash. Now answer will come with constellations. Yes, paragraph C. With today's cameras, today means modern cameras, far greater detail can be rendered. Whole constellations consisting of thousands of points of starlight filling the frame and even galaxies. Exactly, and even galaxies. So right answer is galaxies, constellations and galaxies. You must be thinking, if I get this reading in my actual exam, no problem. Okay, yeah. Question number 40. Deer and wild boar may search for food in dash in towns. It's a location in town. Clue word is deer and wild boars. Look for deer and wild boars. Deer and wild boars. Come on, scan it. Scan it. Well done. Second page, third line after full stop. Well done. Third page, second line after full stop. Deer and wild boar are larger mammals that have also adapted to the urban fringes in recent years, emerging from the cover of parks and nearby forests to forage in residential gardens by night. Now, what's the question? Deer and wild boar may search for food in gardens in towns. So, answer is gardens. Now, let's read again and we see why gardens. Deer and wild boar are larger mammals that have also adapted to the urban fringes in recent years, emerging from the cover of parks. So they emerge from the cover of parks and nearby forests to forage in residential. So to forage means to come in the search of food in residential gardens by night. For residential gardens, they use the word gardens in town. Gardens in town are residential gardens, like near your home there is a park and all that. So correct answer is gardens. Okay, now we are going to do list of headings. So let's make a start. Well, for list of headings, the reading skill which you need is called skim reading. Skim reading is to quickly read the paragraph, and when you quickly read the paragraph for skim reading, always remember first sentence, middle sentence and the last sentence, they are important. When you skim read the passage, you need to think that I'm looking for the main idea of this paragraph, and that main idea is sometimes in the very first sentence. You will find heading easily. Sometimes it is in the second or third sentence, or otherwise they conclude with the main idea, right? Now, what do you need to do? Another important point, you should learn how to read and interpret the heading. It's very important to read and interpret the heading. Interpret the heading means what type of information I need to look for where this heading will go, right? So I tell you how to do that. First we read list of headings. Heading number 1, how chance contributes to conditions being right. Chance contributes to conditions being right. So if they say by chance the weather is good, that is a good condition. And remember, we are reading about night photography in autumn. So all these headings are related to photography. Heading number 2, concern about the changing environment. In one paragraph, they will show their concern about global warming, climate change and all that. Only we are reading headings now. We will find them later. Okay. Heading number 3, process of photographing animals at night is getting easier. In one paragraph, they will say it's quite simple, straightforward, easy and all that, right? And okay. Yeah, let's go on. Next heading is how human developments are affecting wildlife. Human developments are construction of roads, bridges, houses, and it is affecting wildlife. Heading number 5, photographing objects that can't be seen in detail. So maybe the night photography or anything like that. Heading number 6, season that may seem unsuitable for photographs. In one paragraph, they will talk about a season which is unsuitable for photographs. Heading number 7, no longer too expensive. Something which is not expensive anymore. No longer too expensive means now it is cheap. Now it is not expensive. Heading number 8, less ambitious approach. And by the way, I have read this heading somewhere also. In another test, you might have read that also. Less ambitious approach means an approach which you don't like, which you're not in favor. So that is called less ambitious approach. Now we come to paragraph A. And by the way, whenever you do list of headings, it's a very good idea to start with the short paragraph, the shortest paragraph. So which one is the shortest paragraph here? Okay, paragraph F and paragraph G. They are the shortest one. Even E. Okay, now let's see one thing. Alright, they have used the word section. And one section may contain 2 paragraphs. One section may contain 2 paragraphs as well. So let's start it in the same order. But anyways, in exam, I advise you to start it from the shortest paragraph and then you can go on. But let's just go on as I'm recording the class as well. So otherwise students will get confused. Paragraph A. November in the northern hemisphere is not the most inspiring of months for photographer. Which heading? 6. Well done. Excellent. See that? And then you will say list of heading is very simple. You read first sentence and you find the answer. It's not always, okay? So heading number 6, question number 28, paragraph A. Now what are you going to do? You should cross heading number 6. Otherwise you will use one heading twice. And when you'll be transferring your answer to the answer sheet, then you will realize that, okay? All right. So do we have to read paragraph A anymore? No, we found the heading. Now please come to paragraph B. As the most noticeable object in the night sky, the moon is an obvious subject when making your initial attempts at night photography. The timing of an evening moonrise is important to know because not only does it vary according to the time, we read it already. I'm reading it from To Capture the Moon. Found it? To capture the moon at its brilliant best, you need a bit of luck too. A time when its bright phase, a full moon, coincides with the ideal weather. Coincides means chances, when the weather is ideal or environment is ideal. Coincides with the ideal weather forecast of a cloudless night sky. Heading number 1, how chance contributes to conditions being right. And just read this sentence. To capture the moon, it is brilliant best. You need a bit of luck. Bit of luck means chance. 2, a time when it is brightest phase, a full moon coincides with the ideal weather. Coincides with ideal weather, it is also chance. So, question number 29, heading number 1, how chance contributes to conditions being right. Now please cross heading number 1 as well. Okay, we move on to paragraph C. With today's camera, far greater detail can be rendered. We read it, and by the way, the information that you've read already and you have found the answer to a question, just ignore that and go on. Now I'm reading paragraph C, third line after full stop. This is a type of night photography for which few of us had suitable equipments a decade ago, but now it has become accessible to all photographers thanks to the much improved affordable technology. Heading number 7, no longer too expensive, for affordable technology. Affordable means no longer too expensive, and for no longer they use the word decades ago. Decades ago means in the past that was expensive, but now it is not. So question number 30, section C, heading number 7. Please cross 7 also from the list. Now we move on to paragraph D. Of course, the nocturnal world offers other subjects closer to the ground, some that are even familiar to us by day. As cities and towns spread further into our green spaces, some wild animals move further afield to escape our intrusions. Human development, and what is that? Cities and towns spread further into our greenscapes. Heading number 4, well done. How human developments are affecting wildlife. And what is the effect on wildlife? Some wild animals move further afield. Move further afield means they've gone back in the forests, right? Further afield to escape our intrusions. So correct answer for paragraph D is heading number 4, and we are going to cross heading number 4 as well. Okay, now please come to paragraph E. Such is the proliferation of urban wildlife that some photographers now specialize in documenting the nocturnal animals that have developed a taste for city nightlife. The improvement in camera technology that has made night sky images more accessible has also extended the creative repertoire of the wildlife photographer. It is now possible to photograph some wild species at night or soon after dusk without having to always resort to use a specialist equipment. Heading 3, it is now possible to photograph some wild species. So heading number 3 is process of photographing animals at night is getting easier. What is for easier? It is now possible to photograph some wild species at night or soon after dusk without having to always resort to the use of specialist equipment. So without use of specialist equipment means it is now easy. So question number 32, heading number 3. Okay, now we've got question number 33, paragraph F. If all that sounds a bit too complex and time consuming with too many variables to spoil the hoped for result, then consider using the fading light of the night sky in the brief time after dusk in a more opportunist manner. See if something matches. If that all sounds a bit too complex, now just focus, bit too complex, time consuming, too many variables to spoil. Heading number 8, less ambitious approach. For less ambitious, they use the word complex, time consuming, too many variables and all that. So heading number 8 is with question number 33 and it is F. Now what are we left with? Okay. Alright, now we are doing paragraph F, right? Sorry, G. While many of us shoot sunsets, the period of dusk also provides an opportunity to use the ambient light low in the sky as a backdrop to photographing foreground subjects in varying stages of illumination or even as shadowy outline against the fading sky. Alright, the variety of possible subjects includes ships at sea, flocks of low-lying birds, trees, windmills, skyscrapers and high bridges. These are all well known by day, but against the night sky, now they're talking about night, at dusk they lack color. So any compositional strength is determined by the graphic appeal of their distinct and recognizable shapes. Okay, heading number 2 is concern about the changing environment. No, they did not mention the environment. Heading number 5, photographing objects that cannot be seen in detail. When it is night, you cannot see them in detail. Please come back to the paragraph. When they use the word, these are all well known by day, but against the night sky at dusk, they lack color. They lack color. So what does it mean? They lack color means photographing objects that cannot be seen. Cannot be seen in detail means they lack color. So any compositional strength is determined by the graphic appeal. Question number 34, correct answer is heading number 5. Now which heading is extra? Second. You guys are lucky that there is one extra heading. Otherwise they give you 2 extra headings. If there are 5 headings, they will give you 2 extra headings. If there are 7 headings, they will give you 3 extra headings. So those 3 extra headings should be avoided. Okay? Thank you.